Here we go into the corn patch. I see some of the lower leaves got damaged by the drought. But with this nice rain, I'm hoping we'll see some of it come back around. This here that we're looking at is field corn. So we grow the corn and harvest the corn as grain. All right, I have ears of corn almost to my shoulder and no way of reaching the top. That's impressive. Okay, but I'm gonna go through to the other end to see what it's like and look for this kind of thing, raccoon damage. Now in a field of corn of this size, raccoon damage is probably not gonna be our worst enemy. I'm thinking it's gonna be bear. But I won't know till I get to the other side. I'm in the middle of the field. Here's a spot where it was wet in the spring. You can see nothing grew. This is where field drainage makes a big difference and being really careful about where and when you plant. I'm relatively new to growing field corn, and that was a case where I planted a little too early. Where we're an organic farm and don't have fungicide on the seed, we need to wait a little longer. I'm happy there's not much bear damage here, but in the next field on a different road, there definitely is bear damage. So far it's not a lot, so we'll have to keep an eye on it and take steps if necessary. Then we move to another crop that really loves the heat, and it's probably the most resilient crop we have to drought. It is sweet potatoes. This field has done really well, and after a little bit of weeding early in the season, it's almost weed free. Very happy to see that. So I'd like to look down in the foliage and check the tubers as time goes by. We're mid-August and they're already forming up well. The sweet potato plant is sensitive to daylight. So as the days get below 13 hours, then it puts a lot more energy into the roots, from which we get the sweet potato portion that we eat. And we're unique in the Maritimes in that because we're far enough inland, our day temperatures get quite warm. So we're one of the few places in New Brunswick at least that can grow sweet potatoes. They also grow them in the valley in Nova Scotia, but they're fairly limited regions where they can be grown. And lastly, we're going to look at green and yellow beans. So I've never seen them do this where they dry right up on the plant from lack of rain. I think it's actually more the heat in combination with the lack of rain, because there's a little soil moisture left, but when it just got so hot last week, the plant just could not take up enough water. And some of the leaves just withered and dried right up on the plant, and the beans themselves became rubbery in the afternoons. And we had a similar problem with sweet corn. Both are heat-loving plants, but they need water at the same time. And that combination, dry and hot, was not good.